Hi there, and welcome to my channel. I'm Joy Hoisington, functional nutrition coach and natural culinary specialist. I'm super excited to get this new channel started for Grassroots Nutrition, which is the name of my practice. I am starting this new channel because I have had a group already through Facebook that I was doing some live videos on, and I really enjoyed that so much that I wanted to be able to start a channel for more people to be able to access these videos and see them and to be able to just reach more people. So I'm super excited to get started, and today's video is on heartburn and acid reflux. So it's a very common issue. Heartburn and acid reflux is a condition where stomach acid and enzymes wash up into the esophagus or throat, also causing a burning sensation. So lots of times when you have this condition, the doctor puts you on a medication called a proton pump inhibitor. And this type of medication is designed to reduce the amount of stomach acid that you produce, essentially lowering the amount inside your stomach at any given time. So while this can reduce symptoms for many people, it doesn't actually get rid of the reason for the heartburn in the first place. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the symptoms of heartburn and acid reflux. So basically it can vary, the symptoms can vary, but basically it causes mostly a burning sensation in the throat or chest, mucus in the throat that leads to excessive throat clearing after meals, and these symptoms can last from 1 to 2 hours each time after meals. Also, a chronic mild cough that comes and goes is another symptom sometimes. Over time, there can be damage to the esophagus when you have untreated acid reflux or acid reflux that just continue without resolving. And you can also increase your risk for esophageal cancer or damage to the voice box, causing hoarseness of the voice. Heartburn, and when not resolved, is often chronic, or in other words, ongoing. When it's chronic and ongoing, it's referred to as GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease. The reason why acid reflux becomes a problem is due to the pressure level inside the stomach when the pressure increases, which is often related to digestion and the foods that you're eating on a regular basis. So the stomach, what happens is that the stomach contents, when the pressure of the stomach is high, the stomach contents are forced up through the LES, or the lower esophageal sphincter. In addition, there have been studies confirming that being on certain asthma medications long-term can cause a lazy LES, making acid reflux even more likely to occur. And other reasons are a hiatal hernia, which is a structural abnormality that contributes to acid reflux as a root cause, and it's often corrected through surgery. No matter the root cause, the tips that I'm about to share with you will be helpful. So lowering the pressure inside of the stomach is the ultimate overall goal when trying to resolve heartburn. Lots of times when you have this condition, the doctor puts you on a medication called a proton pump inhibitor. This type of medication is designed to reduce the amount of stomach acid that you produce, essentially lowering the amount of stomach acid in your stomach at any given time. While this can reduce symptoms for many people, it doesn't actually get rid of the reason for the heartburn in the first place, and these medicines aren't designed to be on long term, as they can lead to many nutritional deficiencies such as vitamin B12 deficiency. And this is because sufficient stomach acid is needed to cleave the proteins apart to break everything down to get the vitamin B12, for example, in meats and other B12 rich foods, in order to absorb it. So the medicine lowering the amount of stomach acid prevents this from happening. So today I'm going to share with you some wonderful tips on how to lessen heartburn naturally. Some of them are supplements that I've discovered through battling GERD myself and heartburn, and others I've come across in research. Number one, the first one is a supplement called Heartburn Stop, which is a chewable tablet that contains L-glutamine, which is an amino acid that heals the lining of the GI tract. It's actually the preferred source of fuel inside the GI tract, and the cells really thrive on that amino acid for repairing itself. Enzymes are also included in this supplement, which help you to better break down the foods that you're eating. And then calcium and magnesium, which are actually some minerals that are ingredients used in Tums that help to buffer or neutralize acidity. The second one is aloe vera juice, and I'm going to post links for you guys down underneath this video so that you can look at examples of all of these things that I'm talking about. Aloe vera juice, keep in mind they sell aloe vera juice and aloe vera gel, and aloe vera gel is not the one you want for this particular ailment. It's aloe vera juice. Typically you will drink about 1 to 2 ounces before each meal until your reflux will start to resolve. And when the aloe vera juice, what it does is it begins to heal and soothe the skin inside your esophagus and your stomach and intestines to reduce inflammation. This will work to lower the stomach pressure as well. This is sold at stores like Whole Foods, Vitamin Shoppe, or GNC. And the specific form you want to look for is the inner fillet of the aloe plant, which avoids the aloe latex, which can be inside of the whole leaf aloe. Next is marshmallow root. This is an herb that has a very soothing and healing properties for the skin tissue, whether inside or outside the body. But since heartburn mostly affects the skin on the inside, marshmallow root can be extremely healing. You can go to a health food store that carries loose herbs and use it to make tea 2 to 3 times per day, or you can use it in supplement form. Drinking it in tea form may be a better choice because then the marshmallow root will have direct contact on the inner skin tissues around your esophagus as well as the stomach and the rest of the GI tract. The next is slippery elm. This is another herb that can be used in a similar manner to the marshmallow root, and it's from the bark of the slippery elm tree. This herb provides a coating along the inner skin that protects and allows for healing to take place. In fact, many singers use this when they have a sore throat for that reason. It allows them to produce a smoother vocal sound in the event that they have a cold, which is why it's heavily sought out by singers. It's often in many throat comfort tea mixtures as well. This would also be sold as a loose herb in a health food grocery store or apothecary, and it can be made into a tea and used throughout the day, or used as a lozenge, which is actually my favorite way to use slippery elm because it's more concentrated and goes right into the area that we need it to work on. Another concern that people can have when dealing with reflux is that they have chronic tooth decay as a result, and sometimes mouth ulcers and irritation as a result of the acid and the acidity that can make its way up closer to the throat and the mouth. If you do have issues with this, it's amazing to try this very simple habit each morning, and that is to mix 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda with 4 ounces of water and use it as a mouth rinse. This will help to alkalize the mouth and make it more basic, which can lower irritation in the gums, the teeth, and the skin and the epithelial tissue. If you are curious about the acidity first and would like to test it, you can actually purchase pH test strips either through your local pharmacy or on Amazon, and you can just touch a pH test strip to your tongue in the morning to see what the pH of your saliva is. Ideally, it's going to be between 7.2 and 7.4. And if it's lower than that, then it's more acidic than it should be. So this will be a very helpful thing to be able to do either 1 to 2 times a day. That will help to shift the microbial population inside the mouth, which is what causes tooth decay a lot of times, skin peeling or mouth ulcers. Acidic foods in the mouth can also cause the pH to be affected as well. Many times acid reflux happens because, believe it or not, your body is not producing enough stomach acid, which is counterintuitive to what you would typically imagine would be the problem. What you can do to improve this process is to focus on the cephalic phase of digestion, which is the phase that begins with smelling food or thinking about food. It's what actually triggers saliva and enzyme secretion and the hormone gastrin, which stimulates stomach acid production. There are other ways of increasing natural stomach acid that I won't go over in this video, but there are many other things that you can do to aid in increasing stomach acid. But the simple process of taking the time to smell your food or to say a prayer or a blessing over your food and really make sure that you're eating consciously and free of any other distractions such as screens or TV time. And of course, chewing your food will also help to create less work for your digestive system to break the rest of the food particles down into absorbable nutrients. In addition, I'd like to mention that I'm looking to find out how many people truly are dealing with acid reflux, so please comment below to let me know. And like this video and hit subscribe because I want to know if any of these things did help you. If you would like further support, I work one-on-one with clients, so I'd love to schedule a free 30-minute assessment session to determine if there's anything that I can do to help you on your specific journey. Just go to the link that I left below to get that session scheduled. I'm so glad that you were able to listen today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.